Kind.
Okay? Y'all better at least be grateful that you ain't gonna have it as bad as Esau.
Yeah.
Right? Well,
Come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein.
all that is therein. So, hey, all you nations, man. We're not just, even though the message of salvation and the things pertaining to the gospel is only for the children of Israel.
Kind.
But as far as prophecy, all nations are supposed to listen to us.
Yeah, kind. Hey, the scripture said, I believe in Matthew, and it shall be preached unto all the nations, and then the end shall come.
Yeah, Matthew 24.
Yeah.
Kind.
They gotta learn and understand that there's a judgment pending for them.
Kind.
You know, hey, Nebuchadnezzar, he got his judgment right then and there, man. Daniel told him exactly what it was gonna be, and then after that, poof. The Lord plagued him, and then his son ruled in his stead after that, and then the same thing happened to him, and then the Lord rose up the Medo-Persians, and this was right after he had that vision. So hey, even these nations, these heathens, they can have visions too, prophetic visions. Does that make them, that means that they're part of the chosen too? No.
Nah.
The Most High is using them.
7-Eleven employee chasing King's harvest.
Stole some shit.
Yeah.
That's
She said, she said, fuck it.
Probably spent some money
Her
from
fat ass, she ain't running. She's not gonna run that way.
Now somebody else could go into the store and get something.
Yeah. But you're gonna see a lot of that in these coming days. That's why they're gonna just close down a lot of these stores, because people are gonna be stealing shit, and they say, we might as well just cut the ties and shut down. You go.
They're gonna be like purged on top of the store roof.
Yeah.
With their shotguns and assault rifles.
With no purge insurance.
Hey, that's what Moab was doing in LA. During the LA riots.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't finna come and loot our shit. We gonna blast you niggas.
He was jogging too, wasn't he?
You look like you have more
You ain't catching no crackhead.
He had a brisk little jog, like, man, you ain't fucking. Well, I done ran from the police before. Come on.
Shit, you never know. Dude might be hungry.
Yeah.
There's scriptures that you don't supposed to persecute a thief if he's hungry.
Kind.
But he's supposed to restore, I think, sevenfold.
Yeah, he's supposed to pay for it if you get caught.
He's supposed to pay it back.
Yep. 7 times. But that also means you employing to earn it back. Somebody has some? Cause I got some.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
You was talking about the restoration, and they're not gonna need those weapons. I have Isaiah chapter 2. I'll start up at verse 2. Isaiah 2:2, it says, "And it shall come to pass that in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it."
That's the governing body right there.
Right.
Yeah.
They elect 144,000 under Yahawah and King David and the 12. That make up that great mountain.
Yep.
That's gonna be exalted on the earth.
And
it's gonna be a hierarchy, basically.
Yep. It says,
and we're gonna set the standards in the earth.
Yep.
Okay. We gonna set the standard. Everybody got to come up under us and our way. Yeah.
It says, "And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, Yahawah, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways." We're going to have to teach the heathen. That's why I said we're not going to teach one another, but we're going to teach everybody else. Where it shouldn't be said between us, know the Lord. To every man to his neighbor, know the Lord. All the people
shall know.
Let's talk about Israel. Not the other nations. But they're going to be taught.
The other nations going to have to be taught. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said the neighbor, meaning the brother or the fellow believer,
Israel.
or the other Israelites will already know it, but we still got to teach the heathen.
Exactly. Exactly.
Say from
That's
the
what this is leading into.
Yep.
It says, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law. Yep, out of our people will go forth the law.
kind.
It says, kingdom of priests, right? It says, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Hold that. Somebody get it in, is that Habakkuk or is that Joel?
Joel.
Joel, the 3rd chapter. Right.
Joel, I already told you.
Yep. Because this is the opposite of what's happening now, what the nations just did with Esau under rule, but under us, they're going to switch it to what I just read. Go ahead.
We start at the top and then jump, or just go to the point. Yeah, it's Joel 3 and 10. Actually,
start at 9 in context.
Yeah. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men.
Wake up the mighty men. We gonna put them mighty men to bed when Yahawah shows up. All the other nations, mighty men that's gonna fight against him, they're gonna be put down. That's how he's gonna get all the crowns on his head. Talking about Yahawah. You got it, bro.
Prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Hey, the Most High has a land set up that's gonna be like the arena, and all the nations gonna come there to fight. Even the Lord and His army gonna show up to fight. Okay, and the Lord is gonna prevail. Yahawah is gonna prevail in the name of Yahawah. Right there in that land. And then He's gonna set the world back aright from that position as He took those crowns.
All right, it's gonna be a Royal Rumble, and there's only one winner.
That's right.
Royal Rumble.
King of the ring.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, he allowed them these past decades to get their nuclear arsenals up. They spent so much millions and billions of dollars in resources to actually enhance their military.
Those weaker nations, when they've enhanced their military, they put everything in.
Yeah.
They put a lot of these smaller nations that were agricultural nations, they cut off their agriculture, as it's saying in there, and they've now built up their military. But this is all they got. They got nothing else to fall back on. Yeah. Okay, so they're gonna fight with everything they have to get an inch. They're gonna lose everything they have to Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushua and us.
And they're gonna use part of it to destroy America.
That's
the
right.
The Lord is allowing them to build this all up.
They're gonna have a hand in destroying.
Because this is the armor. The Lord said He had brought out His armory.
Yep.
All right, his armory is those nuclear weapons, which is the weapons of His indignation.
That's right.
He's going to use a lot of that to fulfill the destruction of Babylon the Great. And then the ones over there in the Middle East, they just going to die off when Yahawah and the angels just light their ass up.
Right.
You know.
So going back from them building up the plowshares, you was right at that point.
Yeah, I read that.
Read that part one more time. Then I'll go back.
Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Basically, gear up for war.
Yep.
Gear up for the war, and then I'm gonna come and smoke you,
Yep.
and then
Exactly.
then we at this point.
Yep.
Now we
You ain't
finna.
gonna need that.
Now it's no more war.
That's right.
No more weapons. We get rid of that in the earth.
Yep. Back in Isaiah 2 and 4, it said, and he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares. So the swords that they just made into from their swords into from the plowshares into swords, they're gonna convert them back into plowshares.
Yeah.
Like into agricultural tools now. Okay, because they're not gonna need to know the war.
That's right.
It says, and beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Yeah.
Because Because we're gonna be in peace.
Yep.
Our world is gonna be full of peace, man.
Kind.
Yahawah Shai, I mean, he's known as the Prince of Peace. That's one of his titles, man.
That's right.
All right. Hey, he's also known as Shiloh.
Kind.
Shiloh means what? Tranquility. All right. Rest, peace. So we ain't gonna have time for war. Now we're gonna be It ain't gonna be that peaceful when we
Yeah, kind.
meditating terror on your ass, outside of the Sabbath, but outside of that,
Yeah.
it's gonna be peace for us.
Kind.
That's for sure.
Kind.
And, you
And,
gonna be at
and we ain't
peace
gonna
once
allow you to
realize-
disturb our peace either, man.
Right.
We're not gonna disturb our peace. We're gonna have peace in our borders, man. We ain't gonna have to worry about back when we was in the land
Kind.
and the nations. We gotta set up guard towers just to watch and see if
Watch
the
slaves.
Moabite army is coming, approaching us, or the Philistines, or whoever.
There'll be no watchtowers.
Oh, where is that at with the gates will be open?
Continually.
Continually, yeah, that's
Yeah.
Isaiah 60.
Isaiah.
We're gonna basically dwell carelessly,
Yeah.
but righteously.
Yeah, kind.
You know how Babylon, they think that they're so secure
Yeah.
because they got such an upstanding military. They ain't got to worry about attacks or nothing like that.
Right.
Well,
That's the spirit.
in the kingdom, we're gonna dwell careless because we ain't got nothing to worry about.
Got
We
it.
ain't got to worry about the nations, trying to take us down again.
The gates are always going to be open. That's what he's getting.
Kind.
Hey, I mean,
11.
it tells us in Joel, the 2nd chapter, that our kingdom shall be left to no other people.
Kind.
What it means by that is when there's an empire, at the end of it, there's always another nation that actually succeeds it, and it usually falls by way of a war.
Right.
Their economy collapses, and they lose in a war against their opponents or the opposing nation. And then whatever nation wins that battle, they gain the supremacy.
Kind.
So basically, their kingdom is now the kingdom. Well, hey, our kingdom is not gonna be left to nobody else.
Kind.
World without end.
It's gonna be a world without end, man. So we ain't gonna have nothing to worry about. We're gonna be careless in righteousness. Okay. I don't know if y'all got
He had a
anything
quick
else.
one.
We can start wrapping up.
This
Wrap
is
it up.
Daniel chapter 4 and verse 10. No,
So 17.
17, yeah. This matter was by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of man,
That's right.
and giveth it to whomsoever he will.
What was the one he said he pulled down one and set up another? I thought that was that one.
That's
Because there's one in the second.
There's one in Psalms.
Psalm 75.
Psalm 75 and 8, I
I
think.
think it's one of those.
Psalm 75. They got one in Daniel, the 2nd chapter. That
Yeah, 75 and 7.
Yeah,
Is that that one?
I'll read it.
I got one in Daniel.
Psalms 75. So
Take it
I'm
down
in 60.
one, set up another. Is the
Yeah.
phrase I'm looking for.
Psalm 75 and verse 7, it says, I'll start at 6. It says, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and set up another.
That's it right there. The Most High ruleth in the kingdom. So together it hits the point anyway. Right? He ruleth in the kingdom of men, but he chooses through battles who he wants to rule. He will take him down one with an army and set that next army up when he has them come against him.
Right.
And ours is the next army. We're building a spiritual army right now that will overthrow spiritually all these nations. But there's an incarnation that'll happen also. It'll happen also in the flesh. When Yahawah actually comes down and physically takes it over.
Kind.
And the same
Key
shall
word, I
shall
didn't
take
say
the kingdom.
us.
Yeah,
Key
kind.
thing, I didn't say us.
Kind.
We're building this. We're the spiritual army. But when the physical army shows up, they're going to do the work.
Kind.
Okay, now we will translate it, but I don't want to get into it.
Hey, I mean, was that in Corinthians where it says how he's gonna that basically the world is the nation is gonna be put up under his feet.
Mm-hmm.
That ultimately that's when things are gonna go back to how it was, even when David was sitting on the throne.
And it's funny. It's
All
in
the
that same
nations gave
chapter.
tribute
Yeah.
to David in the kingdom of Israel.
And it's that same chapter when we get our power, when we get the change happens.
15.
Yep. That was it.
Yeah, I'll grab this real quick.
Though.
This is 1 Corinthians 15
Yep.
and 24.
Yep.
It says, then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even a Father, when he shall have put down all rule
Yep,
and
that's the
all
crowns
authority
on his
and
head.
power.
That's all the crowns on his head. Okay? He gonna set our nation up after he delivers the elect to the Most High.
It says, for he must reign till he have put all enemies under his feet.
Yep.
Hey, the last enemy that shall be destroyed is death.
That's right.
Right.
For he have put all things under his feet. But when he saith all things are put under him, it is manifest that he is accepted, which did put all things under him.
Yep. That's when Yahawah Shai and that
He's gonna be
second coming
exalted.
will be exalted and accepted by the people.
He's going to be exalted, man. Every knee shall bow and every tongue will confess. You know? And then Yahawah Shai said he's also going to he's going to share his kingdom with us, so we're going to be joint heirs with him.
Right.
So that means that he's going to share his inheritance with us. That means that even the position of power and authority is going to be given to his men. Revelation 2 and 25 and 26. He that shall overcome. Matter of fact, get it.
25, 22, you said?
Right. 2 and 25.
2 and 25.
Yeah.
Count. Revelation chapter 2.
So when Yahawah Shai have all dominion and authority and power, we are gonna have power and dominion and authority, man.
Yep.
Right.
But we're gonna be under Yahawah Shai.
Con.
I'm going to read this.
It's still gonna be a chain of command, but going back to that government, it's gonna be a hierarchy, man.
Con.
Right.
But it's gonna be a structured hierarchy. Go ahead.
Beautiful. Revelation chapter 2, verse 25, it says, but that which ye already hold fast till I come, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations,
Man,
and he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
that's authority.
Oh yeah. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father.
And the Lord ain't just talking about base level power
Yeah, nah.
over these nations. It ain't just, hey, can you go and cook me something to eat?
Yeah.
Can you make my bed for
Hey,
me?
you don't even say can. You ain't about to say can.
Right.
It's do.
Right.
Go do this.
No, but
You
Yeah.
knew him.
Right.
It should have been you knew I was an Austin.
Right. Go do this and go do that. But it's gonna be even beyond that.
Con.
We're gonna be able to control their
Harvest.
harvest.
Con,
man.
bro. Con.
We're gonna be able to have the power to cause a drought wherever
Con.
they at. If you ain't serving us, if you ain't paying tribute, whatever, hey, you ain't gonna have no rain, so you ain't gonna grow your food. You ain't gonna have no vegetation.
Yeah.
That's what the scriptures say.
Con.
Isaiah the 60th chapter.
Yep.
But a nation that will not serve thee shall what? Perish.
Yep.
Yep.
That's the type of authority that we're gonna have over the nation.
That's right.
Y'all had authority over us.
Con.
And that's coming to y'all for one of all things.
Yep.
Yeah. Straight up, man. Especially E. This nigga, he's used weather modification technology against us.
Con.
You know? He'll use his heart to fuck up Haiti or the Caribbean, and then take advantage of the devastation,
Yeah.
and then try to basically take that land for himself.
He uses a harp to rainforest to set it on fire. Was it last year or whatever?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, they try to act like it was a storm, but nobody. Directly after you don't get the judgment to rule over there and do whatever you want, deforestize that area, all of a sudden it gets deforested, burnt by nature. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
Worked out so well.
Yeah, it just happens to work out in your favor, what you wanted anyway. Nobody falling for that.
Yeah, you through, man. Yeah, your kingdom is through. It's over with.
Yeah.
All right, we in the final days. All right, yeah, you out of there, E. All right, you out of there. We getting ready to get the kingdom. All right, and hey, man, we living in exciting times, man.
Right.
Brothers should be built up in the faith and in the spirit. Man.
That's right.
Okay. No time for slack hands, feeble knees. All right, doubt, faithlessness. No time for none of that, man.
Right.
You're literally watching the downfall of your enemy, man. The way the scripture said it would happen. All right. So with that, we're gonna close out. We're gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
Double honors unto the elder apostles who rule well. Peace and blessings to the tabernacle of David, those who elect. We're gonna say shalom.
Shalom.